Evil Corp. I control Evil Corp. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to terrorize the nearby villages, because that's what all good Evil Corps do. To do that, I'm going to recruit monsters and send them out. So let's take a look at what's inside this game. Each player is going to have one of these village boards between them and each of their two neighbors. And you're going to be, this game is called a bag builder, where you'll have a bag full of different tiles, and in these bags are different monsters. Monsters are red, yellow, or blue background. You'll have a chance to get new ones to throw into your bag. And what you're trying to do is place these monsters so that you terrorize this villager. He'll be running away from you, and if at the end of a round he's farther away from you, you'll move this token, which will give you some rewards here. But eventually, if you move it into the middle, you've won that board and you get one of these. You'll start over again, but if you get two of them, whether it's on the same board or two different boards, that's how you win the game. Now, players on their turn, they're going to be drawing tiles from a bag, and they're going to take turns playing these tiles. And you have different areas where you can place these tiles. This is the battlefield here. When you play a tile here, you're just going to be looking at the number on the tile, whatever that number might be, and moving the guy back and forth that way. The first person to play a red tile is going to take this token here, which means that you loot that area and you'll get gold coins equal to the strength of the red character you put here. The first person to play a blue monster in the battlefield will take this, and that person will break a tie if there's a tie at the end. You can play people in a fortification, which also will help you in the battle, and at the end of a battle you can pay money to keep them there. You can put people over here, which will give you money. These will start with money, so the first person to play a red one here will get the money that's shown on there. While some monsters, when you play them, just give you money when you play them. Other monsters, when you play them, have an ability that you can use later on. You'll flip that ability and maybe get to do something. And blue monsters can be placed here to summon one of these three demons, which can let you cull tiles out of your deck, draw more things or more. And other cards, things will let you buy, like I said, different people. Now, there's a lot of different symbols that you'll see here on all these cards, and you're going to have to pull out the book because there is this many different things going on over the course of the game. So there's not much more to the game other than that. You are simply going to take turns placing until everyone's done placing, see who wins, move your markers accordingly, get some gold, get ways to get points, and the first person to win 2 boards is the winner. I got to tell you, folks, when I read through this game, read through the rules, I was on board. Bag building, or pool building, where you throw tiles in a bag and then get more and throw them in a bag, is something I enjoy a lot. I like the concept where you're fighting both of your neighbors. You don't need to worry about everyone else at the table. I'm fighting you, I'm fighting you. But this game has 3 flaws for me. Number 1, the fighting your neighbor thing sounds good in theory, but unfortunately, what that means is if John over here and me fight, and then I fight back, and then he fights back, and I fight back, Martha over here, I'd be like, I can't fight both of them. I'm spending my tiles over there. So she's given up on her other side, so she puts all her effort on this side. John's doing the same thing, and it doesn't work out for me so well, right? I'm going to lose both possibly, and that's not particularly fun. I could pick one to fight, but then I'm giving it to the other person who comes in. So that's a problem with the game. Another problem is the symbology of the game is ridiculous. Every time I look, I'm like, what does that mean? I don't understand how this one works. What is the tile? And I keep looking in that book for them. That gets old after a while, having to figure out what all these different tiles mean. And the third is the game is too long. You put out your tiles, you fight, and then you move the token one. We put out the tiles, we fight. But putting out the tiles and fighting is not a quick thing. There's several times you're going around a table. I'll put this here, I'll put this here, I'll take some money, I'll buy this, I'll do this, I'll do this. Okay, now someone wins each battle. Okay, we move them forward 1. Reset and do it again. And finally someone wins a battle. You're like, yes, are you going to win? Well, they're not winning the other side very well. They've been losing that side to beat me. So now we flip this board and we start over again, and it's about too long by 50%. I do like the art. I like the different spots you can put people. I like the idea that you can put a person in a tower and pay to keep them there. The summoning the demon thingamabobber, that's interesting and all, but at the beginning of the game, it's all about money, so you can buy better tiles. Then maybe cull a few tiles, but the bag building is so slow because you pull some monsters from your bag and then you play an extended turn with those monsters. Then you'll pull some monsters from your bag and play another extended turn. It just comes together in a messy way for me. This should be faster. It should be easier. It should be smoother. The concept is interesting. I like a lot about the game. Unfortunately, though, I ended up not enjoying it because of those problems. So this one gets a 5 out of 10.